15th August 1947 midnight, India awakes to a new life of freedom. But 2 centuries of colonial rule had decayed India from the dell, leaving the country within the poverty and hunger. Our founding fathers set out to wipe every tear from every eye. They needed a pole star, that single focal point to make India a modern and progressive state. Something that captures the uniqueness of the chaotic but eternal hopeful nation. The bright light to illuminate the dark storm flashing the horizon of the future. From the first War of Independence to Government of India Act 1919, there were many ups and downs over the sovereignty of the British Crown. The concept behind the independence is Swaraj. Swaraj in political terms does not mean transfer of power from one set of elites to other set of elites. Swaraj means empowerment of masses, and that is we see in our preamble of the constitution, that we the people of India. From 1920s there was an uncertain period of Indian national movement, and then came Chora Chori incident. Mahatma Gandhi had suspended the non-cooperation movement. February 3rd, 1928, the Simon Commission arrived to view the Act of 1919 and was met with a widespread protest as it has no Indian representation. The British and their arrogance proclaimed that Indians were incapable of self-rule and for deciding for themselves. Lord Buckingham, the Secretary of State, in response to the Indian reaction, laid down a challenge at the House of Lords. The founding fathers rose to the occasion, and all-party conference was convened in February and May 1928, led by Nehru. The committee drafted the Nehru Report in September 1929, demanding the self-government under dominion status within the empire. But Muhammad Ali Jinnah rejected the report, stating that from then as Hindu and Muslim parts were different, and sown the seed of communalism. Meanwhile, the annual session of INC was held in Lahore in 1929 under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru. They voted for the historic resolution of complete independence and declared the last Sunday of January 1930 as Independence Day. The resolution gave the British Parliament the ultimatum that if they don't accept the report by 31st December 1939, the Congress will adopt it as it is. If not, they would insist on complete independence. December 31st, 1929, the INC state wards gather around the river Ravi. The Britishers have paid no heed to the ultimatum, and thus the Swaraj flag is proudly unfurled. The freedom fighters were prepared for the fight. It was an event so monumental that it would change the course of history itself. British Crown passes Government of India Act 1935, which introduces federal form of government. They introduced 3 lists: federal list, provincial list and concurrent list. Elections were held in 1937. INC came into power and formed ministries in almost all provinces. For the first time under the British rule, Indians could become directly associated with the government. The dream of Indians holding the power of the government and serving the masses have become a reality. But the chair didn't last long. World War II was initiated. Congress ministries resigned in 1939, protesting the decision of British to involve India in the war without consulting Indians. Finally, India joined the war on the behalf of Britishers. PM of England created War Cabinet and passed the Cripps Mission in India, and promised to deliver the same promise that was done in August offer, that is to give dominion status. But Jinnah rejected this plan and put their demand for separate state as Pakistan. Congress leader did not agree to Jinnah's demand and wanted an undivided India. Therefore, Cripps Mission failed. Gandhiji launched Quit India movement and gave the famous slogan of do and die.
India's national pride rose in revolt. Patriotic urge to action moved the people. It was a spontaneous mass upheaval. The temper of the people rose, and so did the temper of the alien government.
Britishers were facing financial and military crisis because of war in Europe. and they were also concerned about rising power of Japan in Asia. Meanwhile, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, with the help of prisoners of war, created an army as Indian National Army and gave the slogan that "You give me blood, I will give you freedom." Indian National Army marched towards India to free their motherland.
Our countrymen and our sisters and brothers at home have been doing their best in the circumstances in which they are placed. But the enemy is ruthless and desperate, and he is armed to the teeth. Against such a brutal foe, no amount of civil disobedience or of sabotage or of revolutionary terrorism can be of any avail. If therefore we want to expel British power from India, we have to fight the enemy with his own weapons. The enemy has already drawn the sword. He must therefore be fought with the sword. But it is not possible for our countrymen at home to organize an armed revolution and to fight the British army of occupation with modern arms. This is a task which must therefore devolve on Indians living abroad, and particularly on Indians living in East Asia. Friends, if you compare the history of our national struggle with histories of similar struggles in other parts of the world, you will realize that we in India have lacked one thing and one thing alone. We lack the strength and organization whereby we can meet force with force. I am confident that with the help of my countrymen in East Asia, I shall be able to organize such a gigantic force as will be able to sweep away the British power from India in conjunction with those who have already been fighting at home. The hour has struck, and every patriotic Indian must advance towards the field of battle. Only when the blood of freedom-loving Indians begins to flow will India attain her freedom.
We are conscious that the soil of India is going to be the last theatre of war in this part of the world. Friends, I do not know how many of us who are going to participate in the coming battle will survive to see India free. But whether we survive or not, whether we individually live to see India free or not, we are confident that India shall be free. We are confident that Anglo-American imperialism will be wiped out of India. We are confident that the menace that now hangs over East Asia will be removed once for all.
And finally, naval ranking mutiny became the final nail in the coffin of the British Empire. Then, the Cabinet Mission Plan arrived in 1946 to try and reach a settlement acceptable to all major stakeholders. In 1947, we have to suffer a partition on the basis of religion. The Cabinet Mission Plan became the foundation for the establishment of the Constituent Assembly. For a total of 2 years, 11 months and 18 days over 11 sessions and sitting for a 166 days, the Assembly debated and discussed the various challenges facing the new nation. The ideas of liberty, equality, fraternity and justice were embedded deep in our Constitution. On 26 January 1950, the Constitution was enforced in its full entity. It is the foundation of free India which we have become so accustomed to. It is our duty as citizens to know it, understand it and nurture it and defend it. It is our duty to remember so that we can build Indias of our dreams. जय हिंद, जय भारत।